Can ChatGPT 4 with vision solve a New York Times crossword puzzle? Let's find out. First things first, you will need ChatGPT 4 to do this. It is a $20 a month upgrade, but well worth it because it does come with vision and some other features. Fortunately, the New York Times crossword puzzle does not require an upgrade. You can play their mini version of the crossword puzzle at no charge, and that's what I'm going to do today and see if ChatGPT 4 can actually solve the crossword puzzle without any help from me. So let's get started. So I'm just going to type in a simple prompt to get the ball rolling here, telling ChatGPT, hey, I'm going to send you over a crossword puzzle. Get ready. And it's like, yeah, let's go. Let's do it. I'm happy to help you out. So ChatGPT is warming itself up for the task of solving this crossword puzzle. And one of the big differences in solving this puzzle using GPT today versus, let's say, a few months ago is today I'm going to be using the new vision feature, which just came out in late September, I believe. That allows you to enter images into the prompt instead of just text. And ChatGPT will analyze those images and tell you what you need to know about them. In this video, I want it to analyze a crossword puzzle, so I'm going to send GPT an image of the crossword puzzle and have it solve it, or see if it can solve it. So here we have our puzzle. It's a New York Times mini puzzle. It's a much smaller version of the venerable larger puzzle, but easily digestible for ChatGPT. So what I'm going to do is just cut and paste this image into the prompt, and let's get this party started. And let's go back to GPT, and I'm just going to cut and paste it, as simple as that. Here's the puzzle, and it's uploaded. Send it in, and it's going to think about it and hopefully come up with some answers to the clues. And now it's starting to spew out some of the answers to those clues. One across double helix molecule answers DNA. And so you could tell it's already understanding what the clues are from the image, which is pretty impressive. As you can see, it knows, okay, the first clue is double helix. It knows that. I'm going to put that one in. That is a DNA. I guess that's right. That should be right. What else do we got here? It says home to the Louvre. Paris seems like a reasonable answer to that. I don't know where else is the Louvre. I think it's just in Paris. It's not a franchise like McDonald's. Okay, we got that one down. Number 6 across and 7 across seem to be connected. I am just looking here to see what else we can plug in right from the get-go. It seems to have a bit of a issue with 6 and 7. Took the car. Hot. I don't know where it came up with that. And then down inquiries. 3-letter word could be asks. Okay, that seems reasonable. Let's put that one in there. So as you can see, this thing's filling out rather nicely. Again, it's a super small puzzle, and you can see it's given us the answers in a simplified form, but 1 down hot is wrong, 2 down hot is wrong. I mean, 1 down is 5 letters, 2 down is 4 letters. Let's send it an updated image of what we got so far. We got 3 filled in, and those 3 look right. So again, I'm just going to paste that in there. Here's the updated puzzle. Control V, easy as that. Send it in. And ChatGPT is going to digest it. Okay, and as you can see, it likes what it's seeing so far, but it's still having an issue with clues 6 and 7. 6 across out. Where does he come up with that? That's not even close. It's a, I see, kind of think I see what's happening here. 6 across out is obviously 5 letters, but it thinks it's 3. 7 across cider, that doesn't work either, since the last letter is an S, so it's having some issues right now. 8 across is May. I guess that could be okay. Common middle name for the month of May. I guess couldn't that just be M-A-Y, but I guess Southern M-A-E? I'm not so sure about that, but let's go with what GPT is telling me. So I think what's happening here is it's interpreting the colors to be blocks or blacks, so yeah, it's having an issue reading the images properly. It's thinking any kind of color, it thinks it's black, blocked out. So what I'm going to do is just highlight the DNA. We don't need that anymore, and then resubmit it, and maybe it will evaluate things differently based on the coloring now. Let's see what answers it now gives based on our new coloring system. Okay, it's going to go through all the clues and give us the answers once again. DNA, that's correct, or we think it's correct. Paris, again, the Louvre is in Paris, so yeah, good job on that. May, I'm not so sure about. Ass seems reasonable. And then what fits in the Venn diagram of trees and body parts? Trunk. Okay, and then it's coming up with some other stuff for 6 across and 7 across. It's still having difficulty with that. Yeah, I don't know where it came up with 4 down for trunk since it starts with a P. Oh, so it's, I think it can't really see the P. It thinks the P is a T, would be my guess. I don't know why it would think that M is a K. So it is having some difficulty here, I think, reading the image, perhaps. Let's see what else we can do to help out Mr. GPT. So 4 down is definitely not in any way trunk. That doesn't fit whatsoever. So, and I just told GPT that, and now it's going to respond with an updated answer to that. Limb! Okay, again, it can't be limb because it starts with a P. So Mr. GPT-4 is having some issues with this crossword puzzle already. It got a few right, but at least it is understanding the clue. It knows what the clue is. It's just reading the grid incorrectly. So I think I'm going to enter the grid in again and maybe see how that works out. I'm going to, let's see how it looks with the coloring. Yeah, that's probably as good as I'm going to get with the DNA highlighted, because we know that is good. It's just getting confused, I think, by the grid lines and the numbers. Let me copy this. Let's plop it back in there. And hopefully GPT can give us some better results. Let's see what we got. And GPT is pondering the results with the latest image of the crossword puzzle. Let's revisit the clues. Okay, I'm going to go back to the clues. And DNA we know is right. Paris we know is right. Common name that sounds like month we think is right. inquiries is ass, and the Venn diagram, it still thinks it's lim. Again, it's getting messed up by the 6 and 7, and it's way off on that. So I need to retrain this ChatGPT on how to look at those two clues, number 6 and number 7. In the meantime, you can see it's still struggling with those two, in the and Hicks. No, Hicks, neither one can. I guess Hicks can work, but I don't know where it's come up with this. But I can now see that on 5 down, we do have an answer for opera solo. So we can go ahead and fill that in. We got one more done. I assume that's the correct answer. Aria or aria. Let's pop that one in there. And that looks to work. I honestly don't know what the definition of area is, but I will go with GPT and assume that is the right answer. So we're getting close, and I think just looking at 4 down, I mean, that looks like palm. I don't know how GPT thinks that's lim, but clearly that looks like it's palm, assuming, well, we know that's Paris, and 8 across seems to be May. So let me go back to GPT and tell GPT that, hey, that starts with the letter P. So I'm actually going to give it a little bit of a hint here, because for some reason it thinks it's an L, and hopefully that will start moving us along in the right direction. Begins with, ends with an M. Okay, so I'm also going to tell it, basically I'm going to tell it it's palm. It should know this. Let's see what it spits out. With the new information that 4 down begins with a P and ends with an M, the word we're looking for is palm. Okay, so we got that done. Let's go back and fill in palm, and let's see what we're left with. That's okay, so 7 across could be likes, lives, lives. I don't know what 6 across is. That is a mystery that GPT better solve. Okay, let's go back. Let me go make a copy of this, put it into the prompt, and see what we can get for 6 and 7. Maybe this will help at least get 7. Looking at 6, I don't know what that is. In fact, that said, let me go ahead and make another copy and put that into the system and see what we can do with the area filled in, and maybe it can come up with some new stuff for 6 and 7. Just a few away now. Paste in the image, hit enter, and let's see what it does. We're only 4 letters away, and I think 2 down is pretty easy. I don't know why it's not tackling 2 down. For 6 and 7 across, we see AR and LIS, and again, it's still missing some of the lids. See, for it says for 6 across arcs, 7 across lids. So it's still struggling with those 2 clues, and it's not even right on the I just told it, I just reminded it, hey, those are both 5 letters. Please adjust your thinking. Okay, let's see what it comes up with now. Given that both 6 across and 7 across are 5-letter words. And obviously number 2, I think I'm going to tell it to solve number 2. That should be pretty straightforward. Good one. That looks like nice. Dark Ages. I told it was 5 letters, and it came up with 4 for both of them. I don't know. Yeah, so it's having a lot of issues with those 2 clues. Again, I think I'm gonna go tell it to solve 2 down, which should be pretty straightforward. The 6 across, I have no idea what that is. 7, I think it's either lives, or likes. That's pretty easy, I believe. Yeah, I don't know. So then 1 down looks like drove, assuming 8 across is in fact M-A-E, not M-A-Y. I'm going to try doing a smaller screen grab so it doesn't get confused by the black squares and the colors as much. Can you solve 2 down? Let's just knock that out. That should not be a problem. So as you can see in the image, I left out the colors. So that is more straightforward. That should be easier for ChatGPT to examine and analyze. 2 down, good one. Given that is a 3-letter ha, I don't even understand where that comes from. How does it figure that is a 3-letter word? 2 down, ha. No, joke's on you, GPT. It's not ha. I don't know how it can think that is ha. So we got problems with 6 across, 7 across, and now 2 down, which should be pretty straightforward. Okay, let me give it a little more help here. I shouldn't be doing this, but I feel bad for ChatGPT. It's a Friday. It's been a long week. It's probably very wiped out and worn out and tired. So I'm going to give it a little bit of help. Let's see if this works out. If it doesn't, I'm going to throw the computer through the window. Okay, it's got it. Nice. Okay, good. Okay, that makes me feel better. Let's pop that in there, and we can copy the image and post it. So we got nice, and down below number 6, I still don't know what that is. 7 across is either a V or a K there, but 2 letters to go. Let's see what it comes up with here. Completely unaware of the modern world. See how it lives. Okay, updated image is in. And now I'm just going to give it a little reminder that 6 and 7 are both 5 letters. I'm going to capitalize it, not 4. I don't know if this is going to matter much to ChatGPT. It's hell-bent on giving me 4 letters or 3 letters. Okay, let's see what we got now. This should be better. Given the latest image, confirmation. Confirmation, I told you that like 5 minutes ago. Anyway, completely unaware of the modern world in relation to 6 across. The correct answer should be alien. Bro, how do you get alien? A-R blank C-K, and you come up with alien? Okay, lives. That's good. Yeah, I honestly don't care about the rest. Okay, so we're going to be down to just one letter. Alright, so let's go fill in lives, or lives, and okay, so one down is obviously drove, so that means 6 across is a rock. I don't know if that is a word, but I guess split up, obviously it's a rock, but I'm calling Yahtzee on that. That's not a word, I don't believe, but obviously the New York Times is using that as a word, and that's really screwing up ChatGPT. So in a way, I can't blame GPT for struggling with this, because assuming it is a rock, and I believe that is the only answer here, because otherwise it's a rick. It's either it's got to be drove, so let me just see what we can do with this. One down, 6 across, both 5 letters. Let's see what it thinks up here, because I don't know what a rock as one word is. And yeah, it's failing. It doesn't know. I'm just going to fast forward through that. It busted because it didn't know what a rock was. Perfectly reasonable, perfectly understandable. And one down, which could be stole. I don't even know how it comes up with that. For 6 across, we need a 5-letter word. Caves. Okay, you're going well off the reservation here, my friend. I don't even know how it came up with stole caves. Okay, I mean those don't even fit on the grid, but interesting. This completes the crossword. No, it doesn't. This messes up the puzzle. If I put stolen there and caves, it's gonna screw us all up. So let me go back down here, and I think I'm gonna just remind it again. We just need this one letter. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the image back in as we have it now, just missing that one letter, and tell it, I don't know where it came up with stole, so I'm going to remind ChatGPT, hey, one down is dr blank ve. Maybe that will get us to the promised land. One down, dr blank ve. Let's see here what we got. I'm going to paste in the image. What did I do? It's already there. 6 across. Yeah, I don't know where it came up with caves, but let's remind it that it's not caves, it's AR blank CK. And there's the image. Just remind everything else is looking right. Okay, so this should do it. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay, given the final letters needed. One down, DR would be drove. Okay. And across AR would be a rock, which doesn't form a common English word. However, I guess, but a muck. Yeah, I guess a muck would be, but that's not even spelled right. Anyway, let's check it out. Let's see what happens. And I'm gonna just double check. So I should put O in that last spot. I think at this point ChatGPT is like, I don't care, put anything you want in, I'm moving on to somebody else. Yes, if the crossword for a clue is one down, took the car, and the letters you have, what could be drive? The answer would indeed be drove, and for skill cross, if the clue is related to being unaware. Filled in. Again, it's reading all the clues perfectly. It just can't read the grid. I think if the grid lines were maybe darker, wider, it might know. Okay, so here are the final answers. Archaic? I don't even know where it came up with that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put in, and hopefully we have a solution. So let me go ahead and do that. Continue. Let's do it. And we did it. Okay, so it was O. Yeah, that's a squirrely one doing a rock thing. But in general, overall, I think ChatGPT did a really good job. Based on just the images alone, it could read all the clues without any issues. It's just with the grid lines and the colored boxes. I'm going to paste this in and let GPT have its time in the sun. You did it. I wonder if it actually cares. It might store it, so the next guy who comes along says, hey, I got this New York Times mini puzzle. Can you help me solve it? It's like, yeah, here's all the answers. I have it stored in my vast database. So yeah, 6 across was a rock. Let's see what it says. Wouldn't it be funny if it said, like, thank God, I'm sick of this. I'd rather be solving math equations. Climate change. Not crossword puzzles. You're welcome. I'm glad to hear the crossword puzzle is solved. A rock isn't standard English word. Okay, so it's still not happy with that. And honestly, I don't blame GPT because, yeah, that's a quirk. They shouldn't do that, but they did it anyway. But I give GPT a lot of credit for doing this. Again, this is the new feature they just put in about 6 weeks ago. GPT with vision. You can enter images again into the prompt and it will figure out what they are, and you can ask GPT questions about the image. So people have been using it to put in, graphs of their data. I guess pictures of your fridge. Hey, here's a picture of my fridge. Make a recipe out of it. But as we saw in this example, it does have some issues, especially with deciphering colors, the black and the yellow and the blue. I think it got messed up with that, as well as the grid lines. But overall, it had no issues reading text. I think it also doesn't, while it can decipher people, it doesn't give the names of people. Not yet. I guess it easily could in the future. It also doesn't do health issues. So if you have like a bite on your arm and you take a picture of it, hey, what is this? I guess it wouldn't tell you exactly what it is. It would tell you to seek medical advice. So again, that's ChatGPT 4 for vision. Did it solve the puzzle? I guess it did. I had to help it a little bit, but I feel like it would have solved it eventually. So again, it is a paid feature. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more AI content. Thanks for watching. See you next time.